All right, so you're gearing up for a marine biologist interview.
Yes.
And let's be real. The sheer volume of prep materials out there can feel like you're drowning in information.
Yeah, definitely.
3,000 plus career guides, 13,000 skill guides,
Wow.
17,000 interview guides on RoleCatcher alone.
That's a lot.
That's where this deep dive comes in.
Right.
We're your life raft,
Okay.
pulling out the absolute must-know WS from RoleCatcher's Marine Biologist Career Guide and Interview Guide, plus giving you the inside scoop on how their AI platform can give you an edge.
We're going to cut through all that noise and focus on what truly matters to help you impress those interviewers.
Okay, so first things first, let's make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
What does a marine biologist actually DO all day?
Right.
It's more than just, frolicking with dolphins, right?
It is way more than that.
Okay.
Think bigger picture.
Okay.
Marine biologists are like the detectives of the underwater world.
Okay.
They don't just study individual sea creatures.
Uh-huh.
They investigate how entire ecosystems function, how different species interact, and even how human actions are impacting this delicate balance.
So you're not just identifying fish, you're figuring out the whole underwater soap opera.
Exactly.
Who's eating, who's polluting what, that sort of thing.
You got it.
Okay.
And it's not all sunshine and splashing around in the waves either.
Right.
The work environment can be pretty diverse.
Yeah.
And let's just say those research vessels aren't always luxury cruises.
Yeah, the career guide mentions extreme temperatures, rough seas.
Right.
You've got to be tough to handle that, right?
Definitely. A sense of adventure and a strong stomach are definitely helpful.
Yeah.
But for the right person, the pros definitely outweigh the cons.
Yeah.
Think about it. You're contributing to conservation efforts, potentially discovering new species, maybe even shaping policies to protect our oceans.
Okay, so that's the big WHY.
Right.
But now let's get down to brass tacks.
Okay.
How do you nail that interview and actually land the job? The bulk of this deep dive is dedicated to walking you through the toughest interview questions.
All right.
So buckle up.
We've handpicked the most common and most challenging ones from RoleCatcher's guides.
Yeah?
And we're not just going to give you surface-level answers.
Okay.
We're going to dissect the interviewer's intent, give you actionable strategies, and even throw in some potential follow-ups to keep you on your toes.
It's like we're giving you a cheat sheet, but the kind that actually makes you smarter, not just get by.
Exactly.
Okay.
So let's dive into the first one, which is almost guaranteed to come up.
Okay.
Can you tell us about your experience with marine fieldwork?
Okay, that sounds straightforward enough,
Yeah.
but I bet there's more to it than just saying, oh yeah, I love the ocean.
Way more.
Okay.
What the interviewer is really asking is, can you handle the nitty-gritty of this job?
Okay.
Are you comfortable getting your hands dirty, literally?
Right.
This is your chance to showcase any hands-on experience you've gained,
Okay.
and not just paid internships. Okay.
Think research projects, volunteer work, even that time you helped tag sea turtles on a family vacation.
So it's about proving you're not just a bookworm.
Great.
You're a get-your-hands-wet kind of marine biologist.
Exactly.
Okay.
Paint a vivid picture for them.
Okay.
What were your responsibilities?
Uh-huh.
What challenges did you face?
Okay.
Did you have to deal with a rogue wave, a malfunctioning piece of equipment, or seasickness?
Yeah.
Sharing those anecdotes not only makes you memorable, but also demonstrates your problem-solving skills and resilience.
Okay, so don't just list your experiences, tell the story of your field work.
Yes.
I like it.
Good.
Now, what about lab skills?
Okay.
I'm guessing.
Okay.
What is your experience with laboratory techniques is another popular one?
It's a staple,
Okay.
and this is where things can get a bit technical.
Right.
The guide mentions techniques like DNA extraction,
Right.
PCR microscopy.
Okay.
Now, even if you haven't personally used all of these, familiarize yourself with the basics.
Right.
What are they used for?
Why are they important in marine biology research?
So even if you haven't run a PCR yourself, you should at least be able to explain what it is and why a marine biologist might use it.
Exactly.
Got it.
You want to demonstrate a solid foundation of knowledge.
Okay.
And don't forget about those increasingly important computer skills.
Right.
Mention any experience you have with data analysis, software statistical packages, or even coding.
Okay.
Those are highly sought after in today's research world.
It's like the ocean is your lab, but your computer is your control center.
Precisely.
Okay.
Now, speaking of research, be ready to discuss specific projects you've completed.
Okay.
The question, can you describe a research project you've completed, is your time to shine a spotlight on your scientific thinking.
This is more than just summarizing a project, right?
It is.
It's about showcasing your research jobs.
Exactly.
Okay.
Choose a project that's relevant to the job description.
Okay.
And structure your answer like a mini presentation.
Okay.
Start with the research question. What were you trying to uncover?
Uh-huh.
Then briefly walk them through your methodology.
Okay.
How did you go about finding the answer?
Right.
Most importantly, highlight your findings and their significance.
Okay.
What did you discover?
Yeah.
Why does it matter?
Right.
And don't be afraid to mention any challenges you faced along the way, especially if you turn them into learning experiences.
So it's like a condensed scientific paper, but way more engaging.
Think of it as a compelling teaser trailer for your research.
Okay.
You want to leave them wanting more
I like it.
and be ready for follow-up questions.
Okay.
Like, what were the limitations of your study, or what future research directions would you suggest?
Okay.
This shows you're already thinking critically and beyond the scope of the initial project.
Okay, so we've covered fieldwork lab techniques and research projects.
Right.
What other interview curveballs should we be prepared for?
Well, the field of marine biology is constantly evolving,
Right.
so interviewers want to know you're committed to staying current. Expect the question. How do you keep up with the latest developments in marine biology?
I can see why that's important.
Yeah,
The ocean's a big place, and there's always something new to discover, right?
exactly.
Okay.
This is where you showcase your proactive learning habits.
Okay.
Mention specific scientific journals you read.
Uh-huh.
Marine Biology or the
Yeah.
Journal of Experimental Marine Biology and Ecology are good examples.
Okay.
But don't just name drop them.
Right.
Explain what you like about those publications.
Okay.
Are they known for groundbreaking research in a specific area?
Uh-huh.
Do they feature diverse voices in marine science?
Okay.
Show you're truly engaged with the content.
So it's not just about being informed, it's about being a discerning consumer of scientific knowledge.
Right.
Of
Don't forget about professional organizations.
Right.
Mentioning memberships in groups like the Society for Marine Mammalogy, the
Uh-huh.
American Fisheries Society,
Uh-huh.
or even regional societies shows you're plugged into the broader scientific community. Attending conferences, workshops, or even online webinars are all great ways to stay current AD network with other professionals.
Speaking of networking, those conferences are probably a goldmine for meeting potential collaborators or even future employers.
Absolutely.
Now let's get real for a second.
Okay.
The career guide is pretty upfront about the fact that marine biology is a competitive field.
It is.
How does RoleCatcher help someone actually stand out UT in this crowded job market?
That's where their AI tools come in.
Okay, color me intrigued.
Okay.
What makes this AI so special?
Think of it as a way to tailor your application and interview prep to each specific job you're applying for.
Okay.
For example, the Beat, the automated recruiter section, explains how AI is changing the hiring game.
Uh-huh.
Companies are increasingly using algorithms to scan resumes and applications, filtering out candidates before a human even sees them.
So it's like a robot gatekeeper you have to get past.
Exactly.
Okay.
And RoleCatcher's AI is trained on thousands of job descriptions and resumes, so it knows what these algorithms are looking for. Their CV resume builder doesn't just make your resume look pretty.
Right.
It suggests keywords and phrases specific to the job you're applying for, increasing your chances of getting noticed.
It's like speaking the language of the robots, but in a way that actually highlights your skills and experience.
Precisely.
Okay.
And once you get past the robots, there's still the human interviewer to impress.
Right.
That's where the interview practice with AI feedback comes in.
Okay.
You can literally practice answering common interview questions
Uh-huh.
and get instant feedback from the AI on your delivery, word choice, even your body language.
Wait, so it's like having a mock interview, but with a super smart robot that gives you honest feedback?
Exactly.
No more awkward practice sessions with friends who are too nice to tell you the truth?
Exactly.
Right.
And the Copilot AI feature takes it even further.
Okay.
It analyzes the specific job description and company you're interviewing for and gives you real-time suggestions on how to tailor your answers to their needs.
Okay, that's next level. It's like having a tiny AI strategist whisper in your ear during the interview.
Exactly.
Now, before we get too carried away with the tech, let's get back to those interview questions.
Okay.
There's one that always makes me cringe a little.
Oh.
How do you approach communicating your research findings to different audiences?
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because it gets at a crucial skill for any scientist.
Okay.
Being able to translate complex information into something that's understandable and engaging for different groups of people.
Right, because you might have to explain your research to fellow scientists, policymakers, maybe even school kids or the general public.
Exactly.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But how do you actually raid the interviewer you can do this?
This is that specific examples are your best friend.
Okay.
Have a story ready about a time you presented your research at a conference,
Uh-huh.
wrote a blog post for a non-scientific audience,
Right.
or maybe even taught a class about marine conservation.
Okay.
What strategies did you use to make the information clear and engaging? Did you use visuals, analogies, storytelling?
So it's not just about saying, oh, I'm a good communicator.
Right.
It's about proving it with real-world examples.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And you can even tie this back to the importance of science communication and raising awareness about ocean issues and inspiring action.
Okay, that's a great tip.
Thanks.
Now let's tackle another common but often dreaded question.
This one is all about figuring out if you're truly passionate about this field.
Okay.
Why did you choose to pursue a career in marine biology?
Ah, yes, the classic, tell us why you love the ocean question.
Right.
But I bet it's not enough to just gush about how much you love dolphins or coral reefs.
Definitely not.
Okay.
This is your chance to tell your story.
Okay.
To show the interviewer what sparked your fascination with the marine world.
Okay.
Was it a childhood trip to the beach? A particularly inspiring documentary?
Right.
Maybe even a research project that lit a fire in you?
Right.
Whatever it was, share it with genuine enthusiasm.
Okay.
Let them see that spark.
It's like, let your inner marine biology nerd shine through.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you can weave in those key experiences that solidified your decision.
Right.
Did you volunteer at a marine rescue center?
Okay.
Participate in a beach cleanup?
Uh-huh.
You're not just talking about passion, you're actively living it.
Okay. Passion established. But let's talk about the nitty-gritty of research.
Right.
I'm sure interviewers want to know how you handle the challenges that inevitably pop up in a project.
Yeah.
Can you describe a time when you had to solve a complex problem in your research? Sounds like a prime example.
That's a classic behavioral interview question designed to assess your problem-solving skills.
Okay.
They want to know you can think on your feet and find creative solutions when things go wrong.
Right.
Which, let's face it, happens all the time in research.
Especially when you're dealing with Mother Nature, right?
Exactly.
She doesn't always cooperate with your research plans.
No, she does not.
Okay.
So have a specific example ready to go. Don't just say, oh, I'm good at problem solving.
Right.
Walk them through a situation where you faced a real obstacle.
All right.
Maybe your equipment malfunctioned in the field,
Uh-huh.
a crucial data set was corrupted,
Okay.
or your initial hypothesis turned out to be totally wrong.
It was like turning a research fail into an interview win.
Exactly.
Like
Okay, explain the steps you took to address the problem,
Uh-huh.
the resources you consulted,
Okay.
the people you collaborated with,
Right.
and most importantly, highlight what you learned from the experience.
Okay.
Did it make you a more resourceful researcher?
Right.
Did you develop a new skill or technique?
So it's about showing that you can not only solve problems, but you can actually grow from those challenges.
Right.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, a marine biologist's work is full of unexpected twists and turns.
Yeah.
Interviewers want to see that you can ride those waves and come out stronger on the other side.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here.
What's that?
Be prepared to tell stories.
Yeah.
Now, there's another question that can be tricky, especially for those early in their careers.
Okay.
What are your greatest accomplishments as a marine biologist?
Right.
What if you haven't had time to, discover a new species or publish a groundbreaking paper?
Don't panic.
Okay.
Accomplishments don't have to be monumental.
Okay.
Think about the experiences you're most proud of, even if they seem small.
Right.
Maybe you presented your research at a local conference,
Okay.
mentored a younger student,
Okay.
or even organized a successful beach cleanup.
So it's about showcasing those moments where you made a tangible impact, no matter the scale.
Exactly.
All right.
And the key is to connect those accomplishments to the skills and qualities that are relevant to the job you're applying for.
Boy.
Did your project require strong analytical skills?
Huh?
Did you demonstrate leadership by organizing that cleanup?
Okay.
Tailor your answer to show them you have what they're looking for?
Okay. Accomplishments covered.
Right.
But what about weaknesses?
Okay.
Everyone has them, right? How do you handle the dreaded, what are your weaknesses question without sabotaging yourself?
This one is all about honesty and self-awareness.
Okay.
Don't try to disguise a strength as a weakness.
Right.
Interviewers can see right through that.
Yeah.
Instead, choose a weakness that you're actively working on improving and frame it in a positive light.
So, for example, if you're not the best public speaker, you could mention that you've been taking a course or joining Toastmasters to improve your presentation skills.
Exactly. It shows that you're self-aware and committed to personal growth.
Right.
And try to choose a weakness that's not crucial for the job you're applying for.
Right. If the position involves a lot of independent research,
Right.
Maybe don't say your weakness is procrastination.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And be prepared to explain how you mitigate this weakness.
Okay.
Do you use specific tools or strategies to stay organized?
Uh-huh.
Do you seek feedback from colleagues?
Okay.
Showing you're proactive about addressing your weaknesses can actually turn this question into a strength.
Okay, so weaknesses navigated. Right. But there's another question that can feel pretty daunting, especially if you're just starting out.
Okay.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Right?
It's like, who can predict the future?
Right? You don't need a crystal ball.
Okay.
What the interviewer is really asking is, do you have goals?
Okay.
Do you see yourself growing with our organization?
Okay.
They want to see that you're ambitious, but also realistic.
Right.
And that your aspirations align with their opportunities.
So it's okay to dream big, but also show that you've thought about how you'll get there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Maybe you see yourself specializing in a particular area of marine biology.
Yeah.
Leading your own research project, or even pursuing a higher degree.
Right.
Whatever your goals are, connect them to the position you're interviewing for.
Oh.
Show how this job could help you take those next steps in your career.
Okay. Career aspirations, check.
Right.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about the elephant in the room. The competitive nature of the marine biology job market.
Right.
The career guide doesn't sugarcoat it.
No.
It's a tough field to break into.
It's true.
Okay.
There are often more qualified candidates than available positions.
Right.
But don't let that discourage you. It just means you need to be even more prepared and strategic in your job search.
And that's where RoleCatcher's AI tools can really make a difference, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We've talked about the CV resume builder and the interview practice.
Right.
But there's another feature that can be a game changer.
Okay.
The Get Discovered option.
Okay, what's that?
By opting in, you allow employers to find you based on your skills and experience.
So it's like flipping the script on the traditional job search.
Exactly.
Instead of chasing jobs, the jobs come to you.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great way to expand your reach and connect with employers who are actively looking for talented marine biologists like you.
Right.
And since RoleCatcher's AI has already analyzed your profile and identified your strength, it can match you with opportunities that are a good fit.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
And is.
But even with the best technology in the world, I think it's crucial to remember that landing a job is often about more than just ticking off boxes on a resume.
Absolutely. You need to show the interviewer that you're not just qualified,
Right.
but that you're passionate, curious, and truly invested in the field of marine biology.
Right, because at the end of the day, it's that passion that will fuel you through the long hours, the challenging field work, and the inevitable setbacks that come with a career in science.
Exactly.
Okay.
So let your enthusiasm shine through in your answers. Show them that you're not just looking for a job, you're looking for a way to make a difference in the world.
Now let's talk about a question that requires you to showcase your knowledge of the bigger picture.
Okay.
How do you see the field of marine biology evolving in the coming years?
This is where you demonstrate that you're not just focused on the present, but also thinking about the future of the field and the role you might play in shaping it.
So it's not just about regurgitating facts. It's about demonstrating your critical thinking skills and your vision for the future of marine biology.
Exactly.
Okay.
You might mention the growing concern over climate change and its impact on the ocean.
Right.
The increasing use of technology like remote sensing and autonomous underwater vehicles, or the need for more interdisciplinary collaboration to address complex environmental problems.
It's like you're painting a picture of the future of marine biology and showing them where you fit into that landscape.
Precisely.
Okay.
And this ties back to another important question.
Okay.
What are your long-term career goals as a marine biologist?
This is where you get to talk about your dreams and aspirations, right?
It is.
Whether it's leading research expeditions, making groundbreaking discoveries, or advocating for marine conservation policies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be specific and show how your goals align with the mission of the organization you're interviewing with.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to be ambitious, but also be realistic and sure that you have a plan for achieving your goals.
Okay. So we've talked about the importance of thinking big, envisioning the future, and setting ambitious goals.
Right.
But let's not forget about the practical aspects of a career in marine biology.
Okay.
Like staying informed about the latest policies and regulations affecting the marine environment.
That's a crucial aspect, especially if you're interested in working in conservation or management.
Right.
Interviewers want to see that you're not just focused on the science, but also aware of the legal and political frameworks that shape how we manage and protect our oceans.
So it's not enough to just love the ocean.
It's not.
You need to understand the rules of the game, so to speak.
Exactly. Right? And this is where staying informed about the latest policies and regulations becomes crucial.
All right.
How do you stay informed about the latest policies and regulations affecting the marine environment is a question designed to assess your awareness and proactive approach.
So how do you impress them with your policy prowess?
Show them you're actively engaged.
Okay.
Mention specific organizations you follow, like NOAA, the EPA,
or the IUCN.
Right.
Do you subscribe to newsletters or journals that cover marine policy?
Okay.
Do you attend conferences or webinars on relevant topics?
It's like you're curating your own marine policy newsfeed.
Exactly.
Okay.
And be prepared to discuss specific policies or regulations that are relevant to the position or the geographic area you're interested in.
So if you're applying for a job in Florida, you might want to brush up on the state's coral reef protection plan or regulations on red tide.
Precisely.
Okay.
It shows the interviewer that you're not just knowledgeable about marine biology in general,
Right,
but also aware of the specific challenges and opportunities facing the region where you're hoping to work.
Okay. Policy covered.
Good.
Now let's talk about field work.
Okay.
The heart and soul of marine biology for many aspiring scientists.
Yes, field work.
All right.
That's where the real adventure happens.
Okay.
But interviewers want to know you can handle the challenges that come with working in a dynamic and often unpredictable environment.
Right.
Expect the question.
Can you describe your experience with field research techniques and equipment?
This is where you get to show off those practical skills you've honed in the field.
Exactly. Don't just list the techniques you're familiar with. Paint a picture for them.
Okay.
Have you spent hours underwater conducting surveys of coral reefs? Have you braved rough seas to collect water samples?
Okay.
Have you perfected the art of tagging sea turtles?
Right.
Share those stories. Highlight those moments that demonstrate your adaptability, your resourcefulness, and your passion for fieldwork.
It's like show them you're not afraid to get your hands dirty, literally.
Exactly.
Okay.
And be specific about the equipment you've used.
Okay.
Have you mastered the art of operating a remotely operated vehicle? Are you comfortable using a variety of sampling gear?
Right.
Have you become a whiz with underwater photography?
Okay, fieldwork skills check.
Good.
Now let's talk about a question that often comes up in marine biologist interviews,
Okay.
especially those focused on research positions.
All right.
Can you describe your experience with scientific writing and publishing?
This is where you showcase your ability to communicate your research findings effectively to the scientific community.
Okay.
Highlight your experience with writing research papers, grant proposals, or even technical reports.
So it's not just about doing the research, it's about sharing your knowledge and contributing to the advancement of the field.
Exactly. Mention the journals you've published in the conferences you've presented at.
Okay.
Or any awards or recognition you've received for your writing.
And if you haven't had the opportunity to publish yet, talk about your coursework, experience your writing skills, and your familiarity with scientific writing conventions.
Right.
Okay.
And express your eagerness to learn more about the publishing process and contribute to scientific literature.
Okay, now for a question that can sometimes feel a bit tricky.
Okay.
What are your greatest accomplishments as a marine biologist?
This is your chance to shine and highlight the achievements that you're most proud of. Right.
It could be a successful research project, a groundbreaking discovery, a published paper, a presentation at a prestigious conference, or even a meaningful contribution to a conservation effort.
So it's not about bragging, it's about showcasing your impact and the value you bring to the field.
Exactly.
Okay.
Choose accomplishments that are relevant to the job description.
Right.
And highlight the skills and qualities that you demonstrated.
Okay.
Your research abilities, your problem-solving skills, your teamwork, your leadership, or even your creativity.
And remember, accomplishments don't have to be grand or earth-shattering.
Right.
Sometimes the most meaningful achievements are those that make a positive difference in the lives of others.
Absolutely.
Whether it's mentoring a student, inspiring a community, or contributing to the protection of a vulnerable species.
Right.
Choose accomplishments that reflect your values and your passion for marine biology.
Okay, let's move on to a question that often comes up in marine biologist interviews, especially those focused on conservation or management.
All right.
How do you envision yourself making a difference in the field of marine biology?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it gives you the opportunity to showcase your passion, your vision, and your commitment to making a positive impact.
It's not just about stating your career goals. It's about articulating your values and demonstrating your understanding of the challenges and opportunities facing the field.
Exactly.
All right.
Think about the issues that resonate most deeply with you,
Right.
whether it's climate change, plastic pollution, overfishing, or habitat loss.
Uh-huh.
And then share your ideas about how you can contribute to finding solutions, raising awareness, or inspiring change.
So it's about showing that you're not just a scientist, but a problem solver, a communicator, and an advocate for the ocean.
Precisely.
Okay.
And remember, you don't have to have all the answers. What's important is to demonstrate your willingness to learn, your collaborative spirit, and your commitment to making a positive difference.
All right. It's time to face another one of those potentially awkward interview questions.
Okay, what is it?
What are your salary expectations?
It's a common question, but it doesn't have to be a stressful one.
Right.
The key is to be prepared.
Okay.
Research salary ranges for similar positions in your area.
Okay.
Websites like Glassdoor or Salary.com can be helpful for this.
Just like know your worth, but also be realistic about the job market in your location.
Exactly.
Okay.
And remember, salary isn't the only factor to consider.
Right.
Think about the overall package.
Okay.
Benefits, opportunities for professional development, and work-life balance.
Wow.
Those can be just as valuable, especially in a field as demanding as marine biology.
Right, because sometimes passion for the work can make up for a slightly lower salary, especially if you're working for an organization whose mission you really believe in.
Exactly.
Right.
Speaking of passion, let's revisit one more time the elephant in the room.
Go ahead.
The competitive nature of the marine biology job market.
Right.
We've talked about how RoleCatcher's AI can help you stand out,
Right.
but there's one more feature we haven't mentioned yet that can be incredibly valuable.
Okay, lay it on me.
Okay.
What's this secret weapon?
It's called the Career Compass.
Oh, okay.
And it's like having a personalized roadmap for your marine biology journey.
Okay.
It helps you explore different career paths within the field,
Uh-huh.
discover potential job roles you might not have even considered,
Okay.
and identify the skills and experience you need to achieve your goals.
So it's like a career counselor built into the platform.
Exactly. It
Right.
can help you connect your passions and interests to specific job roles,
Right.
explore the educational pathways and certifications required,
Uh,
and even connect with mentors and professionals in the field.
okay.
It's a great way to gain a broader perspective on the diverse opportunities available in marine biology and to identify the steps you need to take to achieve your long-term career goals.
Okay, that's super helpful,
Yeah.
especially for those who are just starting out or feeling a bit lost in the vast sea of career options.
Absolutely.
And remember, even with all the preparation in the world, interviews can still be nerve-wracking.
They can be.
So before we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
let's talk about some strategies for staying calm and confident during those high-pressure moments.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Okay.
How do you avoid turning into a blubbering mess when faced with a panel of intimidating interviewers?
First and foremost, remember to breathe.
Okay.
It sounds simple,
Yeah.
but deep breaths can really help calm those nerves.
Right.
And remind yourself that you've made it this far for a reason.
Okay.
They see something in you. They're interested in what you have to offer.
It's like you've already jumped through a lot of hoops to get to this point, so try to relax and enjoy the conversation.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to be yourself. Let your personality shine through.
Right.
Interviewers are not just looking for a robot who can recite facts and figures.
Right.
They want to see your passion, your enthusiasm, and your unique perspective.
Right, because ultimately it's those qualities that will make you a valuable asset to their team.
That's right.
Now, speaking of teams,
Yeah.
I bet there are a lot of collaborative projects in marine biology.
There are.
How do you handle a question like, can you describe a time when you had to work collaboratively to achieve a research goal?
That's a classic teamwork question.
Okay.
And it's designed to assess your ability to communicate, delegate, and navigate the inevitable challenges that come with working in a group.
It's like, can you play nice in the scientific sandbox?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, have a specific example ready to go.
Okay.
Did you collaborate on a research project for a class?
Uh-huh.
Did you work as part of a team during an internship or volunteer experience?
Okay.
Choose an example that highlights your collaborative skills.
So walk them through the project, the roles and responsibilities of each team member, the challenges you faced, and the strategies you used to overcome those challenges.
Right.
Okay.
And don't forget to highlight the outcome.
Okay.
Did you achieve your research goals?
Uh-huh.
Did you present your findings at a conference or publish a paper?
Okay, teamwork check.
Good.
Now let's talk about a question that often comes up toward the end of an interview.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for us?
This is your chance to turn the tables
Okay.
and show the interviewer that you're genuinely interested in the position and the organization.
It's not just about asking questions. It's about demonstrating your curiosity, your initiative, and your desire to learn more.
Exactly.
Okay.
Prepare a few thoughtful questions beforehand that show you've done your research and that you're thinking critically about the role and the company culture.
For example, you might ask about the specific projects the team is currently working on.
Yes.
The opportunities for professional development and mentorship, or the organization's commitment to diversity and inclusion.
Good one.
And don't be afraid to ask about the work-life balance or the company's approach to remote work, especially if those are important factors for you.
Absolutely.
It's all about finding a good fit both for you and the employer.
Right.
And asking questions is a great way to get a better sense of whether this is the right opportunity for you.
That's right.
Okay. And don't forget to express your enthusiasm for the position and your gratitude for the opportunity to interview.
A little bit of passion and appreciation can go a long way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It shows the interviewer that you're not just going through the motions, but that you're genuinely excited about the prospect of joining their team.
Now, one last question that can sometimes catch people off guard.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us that's not on your resume?
This is your chance to leave a lasting impression and highlight those unique qualities, passions, or experiences that make you stand out from the crowd. It's not about repeating what's already on your resume.
Yeah.
It's about showcasing your personality, your values, and your commitment to marine biology beyond just your academic and professional achievements.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is where you can talk about your volunteer work with a conservation organization, your passion for underwater photography, your blog about marine life,
Right.
or even your experience leading a youth education program about ocean conservation.
So think about those experiences that demonstrate your passion, your initiative, your creativity, your leadership skills, or even your sense of adventure.
Right.
Okay.
And remember, the interviewer isn't just looking for technical skills and qualifications. They're also looking for someone who's passionate, enthusiastic, and a good fit for their team culture.
It's about showing that you're not just a scientist. You're a well-rounded individual with a genuine love for the ocean and a desire to make a positive impact on the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is a great opportunity to tie back to the bigger picture. The importance of marine biology in understanding, protecting, and conserving our oceans for future generations.
Well, it sounds like we've navigated the treacherous waters of the marine biologist interview.
Indeed, we have.
But before we wrap up, I think it's important to emphasize that, well, preparation is essential. Don't get so caught up in rehearsing that you forget to be yourself.
That's right.
Okay.
Let your genuine passion and enthusiasm shine through, because ultimately that's what will make you stand out and land your dream job.
Okay, so one last piece of advice before we send you off to conquer that interview. What's the one thing you wish someone had told you before your first marine biologist interview?
Honestly, it would be to embrace the nerves.
Okay.
Those butterflies you're feeling.
Right.
They're a sign that you care.
Right.
That you're excited about this opportunity.
Okay.
Channel that nervous energy into positive enthusiasm.
So it's like, don't try to fight the nerves, ride them like a wave.
Exactly.
Okay.
And remember, the interviewers want you to succeed.
Yeah.
They've invited you for a reason.
Right.
They see potential in you.
Okay.
So go in there, be confident, be authentic, and let your passion for marine biology shine through.
Okay, I think you've officially calmed my pre-interview jitters.
Good.
But before we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I have to ask one more question about RoleCatcher.
Okay.
We've talked about all these amazing AI features, but is it really accessible for everyone?
It is. That's the beauty of RoleCatcher.
What about people who aren't tech wizards?
It's designed to be user-friendly, even for those who aren't super tech-savvy.
Okay.
The interface is clean and intuitive.
Okay.
And there are helpful guides and tutorials every step of the way.
So it's like even if you can't tell a phytoplankton from a zooplankton, you can still navigate RoleCatcher with ease.
Exactly. And if you ever get stuck,
Yeah.
their customer support team is incredibly responsive and helpful.
Okay.
They really go above and beyond to make sure everyone can benefit from the platform's resources and AI tools.
Okay, that's reassuring.
Good.
Now, as we reach the end of our deep dive, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier.
Sure.
The bigger picture of marine biology.
Right.
It's not just about studying cool creatures. It's about understanding and protecting our oceans for future generations.
That's absolutely right.
Okay.
The work of marine biologists is more crucial now than ever before.
Right.
We're facing unprecedented challenges. climate change, plastic pollution, overfishing, habitat destruction.
Yeah.
The insights gained through marine biology research are essential for informing conservation efforts, shaping policies, and ultimately ensuring the health of our planet.
So it's like every marine biologist, in their own way, is a superhero fighting for the future of our oceans.
I love that analogy.
Okay.
And remember, even if you don't land your dream job right away, don't give up.
Okay.
Persistence is key in any career, but especially in a competitive field like marine biology.
Right.
Keep learning, keep networking, and keep seeking out those opportunities to make a difference.
Well said.
Thanks.
So to all those aspiring marine biologists out there, remember, you are not just scientists.
Right.
You are explorers, problem solvers, and guardians of the ocean.
And RoleCatcher is here to equip you with the knowledge and tools you need to embark on this incredible journey.
So dive in, explore, and let your passion for the ocean guide you.
Best of luck in your interviews and in all your marine biology endeavors.
And be sure to check out the full career and interview guides on RoleCatcher
Yeah.
to dive even deeper into this fascinating field.
Yeah.
Until next time, happy exploring.